What's up, guys? Welcome to Chiefs Chat episode 21, and in today's episode I'm recapping the game that we just had against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So we did win with a final score of 27-24, and I know I said in yesterday's video, or a couple of days ago, that we would win convincingly, but that didn't end up happening. We won by 3 points, but I think when you look closer at this game and the way it was played, I think we did win convincingly because we didn't score very many points in the second half. I think we scored about 10 points in the entire second half. I don't think we scored any in the fourth. And, I think that was due to the fact that we were just trying to kill the clock. I think we knew at that point that the game was pretty much over. We had the lead. We had a significant lead going into halftime. And we were just trying to kill the clock. That's all we were trying to do. And, I just never, at any point during this game, even when it got close, even when they got within a field goal, I was never worried about this game, never. At any point during this game. Tom Brady, he just does what he does, he gets the game close, at the end of the game. That's just what he does. He's a great quarterback. He's great at doing that. But, I just wasn't worried because of the fact, I think the main point being, the main reason for that being is Patrick Mahomes, all right, having him on our team, okay? Never take it for granted. If you're a Chiefs fan, you can't take it for granted because having Patrick Mahomes is a gift. It's a blessing. All right, it's a blessing from above because Patrick Mahomes, that guy can do anything. Especially in close games. He just doesn't let our team lose. With a couple of exceptions. Obviously, that's going to happen, but I feel like no matter how bad our defense is playing at any particular point in the game, it's just not going to worry me as much as it would with, say, the Jaguars or, another team that doesn't have a very good quarterback. Because those teams rely on having a good defense in order to, win games. We don't necessarily need a good defense. We had a horrible defense in 2018. We went 12-4, went to the AFC Championship game. But, right now, we have I believe, an above-average defense. And we have Patrick Mahomes. So, when our defense is struggling, I'm not too worried at all. Because having Patrick Mahomes and having, that group of guys on offense, why am I, what's the main, why should I be worried at all, that we're not going to win the game? Because I feel like, time and time again, they've proven that they can come back in, close game situations at the end of the game. But anyway, that's one of the points I wanted to make. But I think the main takeaway that I got from this game, all right, so you look at the Buccaneers, all right, and you look at them in the first quarter. You wonder what the game plan was going into this game for the Buccaneers defense. What were they trying to accomplish? Because, here's something that I think all teams understand, and I think, it's pretty much a universal rule at this point, especially now. People are going to learn from this game. But why? Tell me why. Tell me why. Tell me why Tyreek Hill, the fastest player in the NFL, he had one man on him pretty much the entire first quarter. How? How do you let that happen? And I'm not even kidding. Every single play I saw Tyreek Hill downfield, he had one guy on him. How do you not get safety help? How do you not bring another corner in there? Throw a linebacker on him. Anything, anybody. Because you cannot leave him in single coverage every single play. That's not going to work. What's going to happen is what happened. Tyreek Hill having a monster game, 3 touchdowns, 260 receiving yards. That is insane. Insane numbers for Tyreek Hill and career highs. Because, come on, man, you can't single cover the fastest guy in the league. He's just going to run right by you. It's just common sense. So I don't know what the game plan was going into this game. They learned, all right? They did learn. I give them credit for that. They learned from their mistakes, and they started doubling Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce for that matter because both of them had good games. So, they gained that, they figured it out eventually. Because, when you look at it, none of our other receivers were really doing anything. Mecole Hardman had a couple of drops. DeMarcus Robinson had a solid game. But, and we have Sammy Watkins back. The weapons on this team are endless. So, but, it's just hard because, what they did in the second half is they did start to double Tyreek Hill and they did start to double Travis Kelce. And, that resulted in us not being able to do things on offense as much as we wanted to, even though, the game plan going into the second half was just to kill the clock and try to run out the clock. So, we weren't really trying to, exploit the defense when it comes to deep passes, but, they did a better job against Tyreek Hill in the second half because they learned from their mistake in the first quarter. I don't understand. And from my understanding, will this ever happen again? I don't think so. I think this is the final straw for Tyreek Hill because so many teams are going to look at this and say, all right, we cannot single cover this guy. We have to double cover. The Patriots learned last year. Remember that? Every single safety, every single play, every single passing play that had safety help on Tyreek Hill. Every single play. And, they did a phenomenal job against the Chiefs, in that game. And earlier this season, for that matter. They did a phenomenal job against Tyreek Hill in that game. Why didn't teams learn from that? And why didn't the Buccaneers learn from that? I questioned, in the episode a couple of days ago, I questioned whether or not the Buccaneers would be ready for this Chiefs offense. Because I think John Gruden and the Raiders, you saw what they did against Tyreek Hill. They did a pretty good job. They stopped a lot of deep passes. They stopped a lot of big plays. And overall, I think they did, a solid job against the Chiefs offense. Obviously, we still scored a lot of points. But I questioned whether or not this Buccaneers team would be ready for this Chiefs offense. And, they clearly weren't. They definitely weren't. I mean, especially in the first quarter, they were not ready at all. And, and you compare the way, I think maybe the Buccaneers looked at the way that we played against the Raiders, and they saw that, Patrick Mahomes pretty much all game was just, dinking and dunking down the field, not really giving those big, deep throws that we're used to. He was pretty much, just being a game manager, not really making any big plays. And I think the Buccaneers looked at that and they said, all right, they're probably going to end up doing the same thing in this game. They're just going to try and dink and dunk down the field and win the game like that. But I mean, what? Why would we do that in a game that we know was probably going to end up being an offensive shootout? We're going to try and gun down the field, obviously, and that's what we did. The Buccaneers, I mean, I don't know who their defensive coordinator is, but he's got to step it up because, what did you think we were going to do? No reason to game manage the clock when the opposing offense is scoring 30 points. That's what we thought they were going to end up doing, but 25 or how many did you score? 24. 24, not 30, obviously. I think our defense exceeded expectations. I don't think we were going to, I thought they were going to score at least. Actually, I think 25-24 is actually, around where I said they were going to end up scoring. But it wouldn't have surprised me if they ended up scoring more because our defense has been kind of struggling. But, overall a great game. And the Buccaneers, I mean, what are you doing? What are you doing? How do you let this happen? I mean, it's something I've never seen personally in my entire life. Of all my years watching the Chiefs, I've never seen a player dominate a game that much. I mean, Tyreek Hill, my gosh, it was incredible. I mean, it was such a fun game to watch. It got to a point where I was like, are they going to stop? Are they going to start covering Tyreek Hill? Are they going to start? Because at that point I was like, you might as well triple cover him because he's getting every single pass, he's scoring every single touchdown. Put 3 guys on him for gosh sake. I mean, come on. But I'll take it. It is what it is. And, it was a victory for the Chiefs, a very convincing one in my opinion. The final score didn't reflect that, but I still believe it was a convincing victory. So, great job Chiefs. Great job Buccaneers. Incredible defensive scheming. Being sarcastic, by the way, but, great job. So that's it for Chiefs Chat, episode 21. I'll see you guys in the next Chiefs Chat. Peace out.